All right, guys, I'm making a matchmaking video here talking about who should be fighting who after UFC Qatar just happened. This is basically all the key fighters that fought, who I want to see them matched up with. And before I start, please like and subscribe. I want 100 subscribers, please, by the end of the month, right? It's in November. End of the month, I want 100 subscribers. I think I just need two more. So two more would be perfect. Hopefully, you guys like and subscribe. Anyways, back to the video. Arman Tsarukyan needs to be fighting Ilia Topuria next. I don't care. I don't care. Ilia Topuria is gonna be fighting in January, right? That's not signed yet, but that's what I'm believing. For the first Paramount card, you need Ilia Topuria to fight on it. He's the second or third biggest name in the UFC. Alex Pereira's not going to fight. Islam just fought, so he's probably the next in line. You need to make a splash. You need Ilia Topuria to fight there. Ilia Topuria is going to be fighting Paddy Pimblett. I most certainly believe that because that just makes the most sense to me, honestly. You have Paddy Pimblett, Ilya. They both have beef with each other. They already faced off. I know people think Justin Gaethje needs a chance, but no. Let's be fair. Arman Tsarukyan just fought, so he's probably not going to fight. He takes it's a long weight cut for him, right? He'd lose a lot of weight just to make 155. So I don't think he'll be at his best in January. He'll be fighting the winner of Paddy Pimblett versus Ilya, and I think that will be Ilya, but that's the fight to make. Next, we have Ian Garry. Should Ian Garry get a title shot after this performance? He beat Carlos Prates already, right? So he should be ahead of him. But I don't think he deserves the title shot yet. Even though Ian Garry is fighting, I don't think he deserves it. Fuck Ian Garry. This is just the truth. This is the truth. Ian Gary's a pussy, bro. I don't care. He's a pussy. I don't like him. I don't like him. He just does things. He nags. He aura farms. He wants clips. Like, he does weird shit like that. Like what you saw with Hamzat today. Crazy. The guy grabbed his shoulder twice like that, saying goodbye. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, Ian Garry? What a piece of shit. Anyways, and then he goes, "What? Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that?" Obviously, we know why you did that. You grabbed his shoulder and you look at the camera, drink your fucking water, and then like basically say, "Oh yeah, I fucked this guy." Basically, shut up, Ian Garry, you piece of shit. Anyways, Ian Garry, Michael Morales. That's the next fight. Because Kamaru Usman is going to fight Islam Makhachev, right? That's what I believe. I certainly believe that. Because Kamaru Usman, this is a legacy fight. You could not be having Islam just fighting some random Joe Schmoes, man. You don't want him to be fighting Carlos Prates. Because if Islam fights Carlos Prates, what's going to happen afterwards? Carlos Prates has no takedown defense. It's an easy fight for Islam. Everybody knew it was an easy fight for Islam. Why is he even taking this fight? This and that. Why would he want to do that? At least for the legacy standpoint, you have him, you have Islam, who's the pound for pound number one right now, and the former pound for pound number one, Kamaru Usman. They fight each other. So you need to have Ian Garry, who's very active, and Ian Garry will be fighting Michael Morales. Islam Makhachev, he's gonna be fighting one time next year, right? Ramadan strolls along. He's gonna be fighting one time this year, probably in the summer or in October. That's just the truth. He fights 3 times every 2 years, right? So this year he fought twice. He fought in January and then just last week. And now he's going to be fighting probably in the summer or in Abu Dhabi in October, right? That's basically what Islam's schedule is. That's basically his schedule for his whole career for the last like 4 years. So I'm expecting that. Now, Michael Morales and Ian Garry. Ian Garry is a good matchup. Michael Morales doesn't have footwork, but this is a very good matchup for Ian Garry. Should he win? We don't know. Maybe the power of Michael Morales, the athleticism of Michael Morales might be a factor, but I think this is a good fight for him. This will be next because I think this will be the actual number one contender spot after the Kamaru Usman fight. Yeah, I think that'll be the actual number one contender, and Carlos Prates probably has to wait one more. Next is Kyoji Horiguchi, right? Former Bellator guy, former Ryzen guy. Now he's back in the UFC after starting with the UFC, and he just got an upset win over Tigir Ulanbekov. Was it really an upset win, or was he just better? I think he was just faster, more athletic, better, speedy, elusive, everything you want to be as a flyweight, right? And he's going to be fighting Pantoja next, right? Because Pantoja is going to be fighting Van, and I think this is the next fight to make after that because there's no contenders in this division. What do you want him to see fight? Steve Erceg again? Carl France against who just basically retired? You want him to fight Roy Val Moreno? No. You need fresh, new faces. And even though he's 35 and he's not fresh and new, he is a new face, though. So basically, Kyoji Horiguchi is the guy that you need to fight Alexander Pantoja after he beats Joshua Van, most likely in December. That's a good fight. Volkan Ozdemir. Volkan Ozdemir just had a nice win versus Alonzo Menifield. I picked Volkan Ozdemir to win by KO. I made some money on that. It was very, very easy. Too technical, too much pace. Alonzo Menifield already backs up too much. This is a very bad matchup for him. Volkan Ozdemir needs to be fighting Azamat Murzakanov, right? Azamat Murzakanov just fought. He just fought recently, and he was calling Jamal Hill out for a fight. Jamal Hill said, hey, let me feel better and finish my surgeries, and then we could fight. And Asamat basically said, fuck you, I'm going to be fighting soon anyways. And Volkan Ozdemir took no damage today. This should be the fight next. Volkan Ozdemir should take this fight because he's ranked in the bottom of the top 10 of the division, of the light heavyweight division. Azamat's like at number 6 or 7. 6, 7. Yeah, so he's at number 6 or 7. They should be fighting against each other next because they want to turn around quickly, right? Next is Walter Cortez Acosta. He says he wants to fight really quickly, right? He just came in on short notice and beat Gaziev, right? And Gaziev was supposed to fight Spivak and supposed to be the favorite, probably win that fight. Then now he gets Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's not a grappler like Spivak, or not going to get judo throws like Spivak. He's just basically an all-hands guy. And Waldo Cortez Acosta needs to be fighting next is Curtis Blades. He already called out Curtis Blades. This is the fight you have to make. This is a great fight. He wants to fight in December, so might as well make this fight in December. Why not? Right? That's a good fight to make. Is it going to be a number one contender? For Waldo Cortez Acosta, this will not be a number one contenders fight because Sergey Pavlovich already beat him. Even though Waldo was very active, he still has that loss versus Sergey Pavlovich where he lost 30-27, right? But this is a good fight you have to make here. Next is Shamil Gaziev. Shamil Gaziev, he just lost to Waldo Cortez Acosta. You need to make the fight. It's him and Sergey Spivak. Run that back. Right? Sergey Spivak came out with injury. Shamil Gaziev needs to fight him. He needs to fight lower in the rankings or around where he is, and basically just run this fight back. Let's see what happens. Spivak's coming off a loss versus Cortez Acosta, and so is Gaziev. Perfect matchmaking, right? Next, we have Dan Hooker. Who should Dan Hooker be fighting, right? That's the question everyone wants to say. Is he still trying to be a contender? Is he still trying to win a championship? Or is he trying to be get money fights and big fights and BMF fights or whatever it is? That's the question he needs to ask himself. Do you give him a guy like a Michael Chandler rematch? Or do you give him the winner of Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres, right? They're fighting, I think, in 2 weeks, and they're lower in the division. Grant Dawson, I think, is 13 or 14, while Manuel Torres is unranked. But that will be a good matchup for both those guys to take Dan Hooker's spot. You need fresh blood, new blood in the lightweight division. The same way the welterweight division is having change, the lightweight division needs to have change as well. You need to bring more fresh faces into the mix. And Dan Hooker needs to be fighting Grant Dawson or Manuel Torres. Whoever wins that fight, that's the fight to make. But that's basically it, right? Next is former champion Belal Muhammad. Belal Muhammad is a great fighter, right? He fought well today. I actually like the way he fought. He has no chain wrestling whatsoever. Literally zero chain wrestling. He goes to Dagestan, does not know how to chain wrestle, does not know how to trip anybody. It's just straight double legs. If I don't get the double legs or the body lock, it's over. And that's a problem for Belal Muhammad. I don't understand how people haven't figured this out. For 11 fight unbeaten streak, no one figured it out. But Belal Muhammad should be fighting lower in the division, and he needs to be fighting a young contender, right? Because he is older, right? Have we seen the best? Have we seen the best already out of Belal? Is this the decline now? We don't know yet, but we need to find out versus Gabriel Bonfim. Gabriel Bonfim he just fought versus Randy Brown, got a knockout. This is a good fight. I don't think Colby Covington's going to fight him. Realistically, Colby Covington's trying to fight some randoms. Maybe Colby Covington and Dan Hooker should fight somebody. He's trying to fight randoms, like just random names, so then to get money. Colby Covington, he's not trying to fight contenders. He knows he'll lose the contenders. He knows he's not the same fighter. But Bonfim versus Belal Muhammad, this is a good fight. I was thinking Belal Muhammad versus Prates, but I'm like, do you really want to do that? If you do that and Belal Muhammad wins that fight, what's going to happen? He's going to be 3 fights away from the title, and then you just kill a prospect like Carlos Prates? No. At least Bonfim is still 2 or 3 fights away. Might as well have Belal versus Bonfim. You can sell Belal saying, hey, we're giving you guys someone lower in the ranking. Maybe if you beat him, you'll be 2 fights away again for the title. And Bonfim the same way, instead of giving him Carlos Prates, where basically if he beats Carlos Prates, all Carlos Prates hype is done. And you don't want 37-year-old Belal to have that hype, right? Next is Topuria, right? Alexandre Topuria. My takeaway, honestly, is he's not that good. He's not that good. Walks forward, crosses his feet, plots around. He has a nice jab, but he doesn't throw combos like his brother. His brother throws a lot harder combos, more torque. He's more predictable. Like his jab, overhand, jab. He's really predictable, Topuria. But obviously, I'm saying this from the outside, right? I'm not in with him. Maybe it's not predictable when you're in with him, but from the outside, it looks like he's very predictable. And maybe that's the reason why the UFC took a long time to sign him. I just don't see it. He's not as explosive. He's not as athletic. He's just not as athletic as his brother. I think his brother's just much better. I mean, obviously he's a double champion, but I'm just saying that I don't understand. But you cannot give him a top 15 opponent. People are saying top 15. Do not give him a top 15 opponent. No way. You're going to give him another striker where he could either take him down or be a striker. You build this prospect up because you want him to be good, right? You had a lot of cameras on him, a lot of interviews about him. So Alexander Topuria needs to be fighting someone with a bigger name, but also not as good. And that name is Cody Garbrandt. Cody No Love Garbrandt needs to be fighting Alexander Topuria. This is a very good fight. You have fast hand boxer versus a quote unquote power puncher, power boxer with Topuria. This is a good fight to make. You need to make this fight. I like this fight, right? Because Cody Garbrandt's not going to try to take him down. Topuria might try to take him down, but you're going to build a Topuria name with Cody Garbrandt. If he knocks out Cody Garbrandt, that's another name where Topuria can be like, hey, like now you build me up. I'm getting hyped now. Everybody knows who Cody Garbrandt is. Let's build this hype up. Cody Garbrandt will take this fight because he's a Topuria. And he's like, hey, if I win this fight, I beat a Topuria. I get a lot of people on my name saying my name again, right? But better sponsors, better whatever he wants. That's what Mason Garbrandt's going to say. And that's what you should do, right? Next is Luke Riley. He did not look good at all, but he's going to be fighting Michael Aswell, right? The Texas kid. He's going to be fighting him. This is a good fight because Aswell is a boxer. Luke Riley is a boxer. You don't want to see them grapple, right? Luke Riley has no grappling whatsoever. He has no wrestling. I don't know about his grappling. He has no wrestling, right? No wrestling whatsoever. A single leg dump, just easy single leg dump, just got him and took him down. It was embarrassing. Bogdan Grad's a scrub. He's not a good fighter. So Luke Riley beating him doesn't really mean anything. So people you can't give him to like a top 30, top 40 guy. Give him like a top 60 guy. Michael Aswell's like a top 60. He just beat Lucas Almeida first round KO. This is a good matchup to have. Good striking delight right here. But these are basically the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 fights that I think should happen. That should basically happen, right? This is a fair assessment of what should happen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.